From London, England, where the Queen lives.
Recorded live from an underground bunker and packaged into an MP3 with a pretty little picture. Helping to kickstart your day with the motivation and inspiration you need 365 days a year. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And this is your host, Chris Jaggs.
Good morning! Welcome to the weekly episode of the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. This is the main episode of the week, always released on a Monday. Well, as long as there's no technical issues, and of course, there have been many times before, I can tell you. This is episode 47. Can you believe it? As always, my name is Chris Jaggs, host, producer, director, T-Boy, and CEO of the show. And let's not forget, the creator of the Learn, Develop, Live method, helping you identify an issue or a problem, developing a habit to eliminate the problem before living your life on a higher level. Now, how amazing would that be right now? For the episode this week, how to be the best version of yourself, let's have a look at exactly what that means and just how you can become the best version of you. And that itself is a great question, because talking to a lot of people, they all assume they're doing that already. But sadly, it's not true. So what can we do to change that? Now, before we begin, let's have a drop and get going.
Want some more motivation?
Yes.
Stay tuned to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast, and that Chris guy will help you out. Do you need some advice? Have you lost your mojo? Do you need some help with a problem? You can email Chris at learndeveloplive.com. And let's smash it together.
And we are back. Right then. So, just how do you become the best version of yourself? Well, what exactly does it mean just to be that? Becoming the best version of yourself means basically getting back to your most perfect self. Now, this sounds straightforward. I know it does, but it's anything but. Basically, there is some self-discovery, but also you need to try and turn away from distractions. You know, the ones that make you, feel that you're not quite there. Might cloud you, might distort your self-perception, and generally, make yourself not feel so great about yourself. So firstly, what does it mean to be yourself? Does it mean living up to your potential, or is there more to it? If you're like most people, these are the questions you've thought about as you search for identity, confidence, and some fulfillment in your life. When the answer you find falls short of the expectation you hold for yourself, you need to start asking the really important questions, the ones that help you lead to some sort of understanding about how you can maximize your personal growth and become, wait for it, the best version of you. Now, if you want to nail down a strategy for self-improvement, you must uncover your essential you-ness. Have I just made up a word, or does that exist already? But anyway, it's the values, the interests, and the passions that define who you are in life and the big wide world. And once you understand yourself, you're able to define a clear vision of your best self and map out the route to get there. Now, like most of us, you've built at least part of your identity on, the expectations of others. The process of taking other people's values of you, the unconscious stuff, and bringing it to your consciousness. And this is the essence of learning how to become the best version of yourself. By learning to recognize and let go of whatever limiting beliefs are keeping you from being the real you, you'll be able to push forward and find the person that you really are, the one that's hidden inside you. Just got to do a little bit of searching. If you're feeling anxious about self-improvement, remember, every person is completely unique. Yes, even you. Someone else's life path cannot be your benchmark of success. And this is because they have different dreams, different passions, different skills. And there's also no roadmap or ideal outcome in life, since everyone's path is theirs and theirs alone. If not where you'd like to be, don't be so hard on yourself. You are at a crossroads, and that's fine. Don't compare yourself to others. You should never compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Now, to begin defining your best self, you could start by having a heart-to-heart with yourself. Pretend that your ideal self is sitting right next to you and ask that person, what activities do you enjoy? What do you enjoy being around? Who do you enjoy being around? What impact would you like to make on the world? What is your happiest memory? The key here is just be sincere and honest in your own answers. As you continue the conversation, pay attention to your feelings. If you notice negative emotions like anxiety or anger, you're probably telling yourself subtle negative messages that obscure your conversation. Dig deeper into what's driving the feeling. Are you afraid you'll fail at finding yourself? Are you afraid of what you'll find when you dig too deep? As tempting as it is to feel inadequate, the truth is that each of us is fully complete just the way we are. It's getting in touch with the essential self. This is a part that will help you become the best version of yourself. Once you've identified and worked out the person that you want to be, you can plan how to become the best version of yourself. Start with the end in mind, your ideal self, and take concrete steps to get there. You could write down exactly what you see as your best version, and that is what you use as the goal, and you can tailor your steps to it as well. First of all, you need to be willing to shed your old identity. When you determine to find your ideal self, you're essentially raising the bar for yourself and the people you know. Your old self will resist due to feelings of insecurity and fear of the unknown. But you need to resist. You need to resist the urge to cling on to the familiar, the identity that you're holding back on, and embrace on a can-do attitude. Remember, nothing was ever achieved inside the comfort zone. You need to tame your fears. Fear is a slow and often consuming feeling that robs us of all our courage and distracts us from the present moment. Taming your fears is possible and is necessary to better yourself. When you feel anxious, identify what you're afraid of and write it down. Then, write down an alternative explanation that's less scary while still being realistic. Even if your feelings don't change right away, your mind will register the rationale. In time, the process of fact-checking your fears becomes a habit, and you will become less swayed by anxiety. It's true. Being able to prioritize your outcomes could be your next port of call, since understanding how to be the best version of yourself requires looking inward for wisdom. Don't try and find yourself by gathering tons of information. Let your ideal self set a goal. Pick something plain and achievable, it's getting organized, and reading more fiction. Making a measurable goal is one of the most effective ways to get out of your head and build confidence. An important step will be setting yourself reasonable goals. Prevent overwhelming yourself by setting small, measurable goals. If you'd like to lose £10 and increase your income by 30%, break those down to smaller steps. Like, exercising for 20 minutes a day, enroll in a business course. Each time you take a step toward your goal, your self-confidence will continue to build and you'll help become the best version of yourself. Every step forward, no matter how slow, how small, is still progress. And it's definitely further than you were yesterday. You should look to amplify your strengths. As you learn how to be the best version of yourself, you will hit roadblocks of exhaustion where your current skill set just isn't there. Don't be discouraged. Amplify your strengths. Remember those things you're good at so you can remember exactly what you're bringing to the table. Stay positive. You will find solutions, creative solutions you'd miss if you'd remained bogged down in that self-defeating thinking. The fear. And that's just not the new you, is it? That's not what the new you does. You can look to manage yourself effectively. Now, part of understanding how to be the best version of yourself is learning how to be your own boss through the effective self-management. Effective time management sets you free from stress, steers you towards your ideal self, and relieves you of others' expectations. To stay accountable and control of your resources, check on your progress, monthly, quarterly, yearly. Give yourself a review, celebrate your successes, and learn from the things that just didn't quite work out. So that is the plan. It's ready, it's set up for you. Now you just need to start it. You need to get things moving, you need to make things happen. And then you can see exactly how you can make yourself the best version of you. If you'd like to talk some more about this, you are welcome to come and book yourself a 30-minute LDL power call how we can get yourself moving in the right direction. If you want to talk about anything else, here is my personal invite to you. Come over to ldlcall.com, find your slot, and let's talk. As for now, good luck on your new journey, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
What? It's over already?
All over.
Thank you for listening to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. I hope you feel as warm, motivated, and fuzzy inside as I do. You can connect with Chris at learndeveloplive.com or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
I won't say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Until next time, join the motivation. Motivation.